With Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now we had an eventful weekend in boxing, you guys. Y'all know the major fight, but I'm gonna start with the one before, and I'm not gonna talk about it long. All I'm gonna say is number one pound for pound fighter Roman Gonzalez lost. Right? He lost in another close fight. The fight before this one was close against Quadras. Now, the point is, I'm not going to talk about that one too long. It's just the fact that we have to stop labeling fighters. I said that in a video I was talking about Ronda Rousey. Don't ask me why, but I was. And after she lost, right? And I was just saying, we have to stop labeling these fighters. We're not doing it. It's basically the HBO and those guys on that side, right? Keep labeling fighters. They gave Roman Gonzalez pound for pound number one, bypassing people probably that were a little bit more deserving or whatever. So you got to be careful of that because, they're going to be fighting, and these guys that are coming, when you do that, you label, you also a bullseye when you put a label on these guys, right? So that's what you got to do. And speaking of labels, one of the top 3 pound for pound guys in the world, and speaking of 3, it's 3 G's, baby. Triple G versus Danny Jacobs was the fight of the weekend, and I would say the fight of the year so far in terms of how important it was, but you don't want to slight Danny Jacobs versus Keith Thurman. Danny Jacobs versus Keith Thurman. Y'all know Danny Garcia versus Keith Thurman. That was also important. But this was an important fight in the middleweight division because, you have Triple G, who is a beast. All about 25 knockouts in a row. Little Mike Tyson. He has all the superlatives. No one's going the distance with him. He cuts the ring off like a god. The dude cuts the ring off, man. Dude, you try to run, and he'll just go left, and to the right, and to the left. He don't ever follow you. He just to the left, to the right. Cuts the ring off, and then he puts himself right in position to throw punches. Not just I'm cutting the ring off to do nothing. Look like he's doing a bus stop out there. You know what I'm saying? You old guys, y'all know what a bus stop is, right? Guy, the superlatives are okay. The only thing that people were asking of him was to fight people of note. His best people on his ledger, you would have to go with Martin Murray or Daniel Gill in his weight division. Kell Brook was obviously the most talented fighter, but he was 2 weight divisions below him. So that's why this fight was really significant, and everybody wanted to see it because Daniel Jacobs is heralded as the second best guy in this weight division. And guys, if you haven't seen the fight, for those casuals out there that are just waiting for the heavyweight fight in April, right? Klitschko and your boy, Joshua, guys, you need to watch this fight and check it out. I didn't want to say anything right away, which I normally do. I watched the fight again because the first time I didn't score it. Second time, I sat back and I scored the fight. But I was watching the fight with a very, very casual fan. And what I mean by that is a fan that didn't know the backstory of either of these guys. Just watching the fight. Casual fan was thinking after the fight, well, that Golovkin probably won because the Golovkin was cutting off the ring and never had to move back and seemed to be the aggressor. So when you talk to a casual, that's what they would probably think, right? So that, if anyone is saying Golovkin won that fight, right, like the judges did, then, they're not crazy or whatever. They've seen something. It's similar to this other fight that just happened recently, where I said both sides are not crazy if you think one or the other side had won. But when I was watching it live, when you watch it live, you kind of think, just like when Tyson used to fight, you're like, well, sooner or later, Golovkin gonna catch this guy. You're thinking that. But in the meantime, I was like, man, you better hurry up and catch this dude because you're not winning. That's what I was really thinking without scoring the fight. And at the end of the fight, I was like, ooh, Jacobs probably gonna get this, right? And he didn't. And I was like, I didn't feel as though he was robbed though at the time. I was like, well, okay, you could give it to Golovkin. Maybe he was the aggressor, right? But going back and scoring it round for round, and I'm talking about totally objectively. And I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm talking about anything that I thought was close, I would give a tie. or the Golovkin. So I wasn't really trying to give it to Jacobs because he was the underdog. And I told you guys, when I really don't care, I gravitate to the underdog. And I came up with 116, 113 for Jacobs. You know, that's what it is. That's what it is. Now, a lot of those rounds, you know, some rounds Jacobs would win the whole round and Golovkin would come back. I think it was round 6 or 7. He'd come back and hit him at the end of the round. I was like, well, they're going to probably give that to Golovkin, even though he didn't win the whole round. Now, the first time I watched it, I had no commentary at all. Do that extra, right? I've heard enough of people. You know, I'm just going to say it like this to you guys. Burger King is not going to do a commercial about how good McDonald's hamburgers are. And this is what we got going on right here. You know, you got two sets of people. You got the PBC and HBO. So they're not going to say how good people are, you know, that are for the PBC. That's what's happening here. So I'm just looking at it. I'm like, well, I got it 116, 113, period. You know, and that's what it probably should have been. I mean, you know, and the guys at Box Nation, when I watched it the second time, you know, these are the guys in England, they had it similar, right? They had Jacobs winning. So there's no reason why they would do that, right? No one cares there. It was just a good fight to people in England, and they had Jacobs winning as well. So you're not crazy if you think Jacobs won that fight. And for those who don't think so, just watch it again. And maybe take the commentary, turn that off, you know, and just check it yourself, right? But at the end of the day, we had a good fight. Now, what I haven't done is to see all the post-fight this and the post-fight that. Why? Because whatever. Right? Me personally, that Canelo and Golovkin fight, I've been telling you guys the whole time, these guys are lucky that boxing people in the know still want to see that fight. Right? I don't really get it. Right? I don't think that's the best fight out there. These guys are lucky that people think so. Because from Golovkin's standpoint, man, I can beat Canelo with one hand. That's probably what he thinks. Well, to the other day. That's probably what he was thinking, so I didn't understand him not taking $15 million. Canelo, you know, I'm pretty sure, I don't know what he's thinking, right? But he's got enough people behind him that they're not asking him to do anything. So, you know, guys, if people think this is the fight that you guys should have, instead of all those other names, like Jacobs, or if we go to 154, I don't have to name them again. I always do, but I think I'm going to do it again one more time. You got two of the Charles brothers, the Andrade, and who else we got there? Laura again. Laura problem. Shoot, Austin Trout with no open scoring. Julius J. Rock, whatever. You know, so it's a whole bunch of things at 154. So Canelo, I don't really know. So you guys, if you guys are lucky enough to where people still want to see Golovkin and Canelo, y'all better make that happen. Because like I said it before, I'm going to say it again. The expiration date on that fight is coming rapidly. People are not going to want to see that sooner or later. I personally think, just like the Kovalev and the Andre Ward fight, right? A close fight against two magnificent fighters. Just have a rematch. That's what you need to do. Just have a rematch. Let's not act like Jacobs didn't do anything. Don't have me put my empathy cap on and do a We Feel with your Daniel Jacobs video, right? Because someone needs to extend this guy the courtesy and give this guy his props for the fight that he put up. Because let's not try to act like Triple G is not all that. From what we've been told and what we've seen up until now, Triple G was the bomb, right? So this guy came in and handled his business, even after being knocked down, right? Came back to show his heart and his mettle, and, you know, schooled him at times. So, you know, and judging from what Triple G said, he respects his thing. That's why Triple G didn't run up on him, because Triple G respected his talent and his punching power. Now, although Triple G was cutting off the ring, he wasn't just running up on him like he did Kell Brook. He knew something could probably come back, and not just come back, but quick. You might not mess around and not see it. So all I'm going to say in closing here about this fight is this. I encourage everybody to watch it a second time, third time. It's that much action. It's really a good fight. And because of the magnitude of it, you know, I'm probably going to watch about 3 or 4 times, man, because it was just a good fight to watch. And, you know, I like both of these guys. I like both of them. It's the divide is coming between the stations, television stations, and a few people that just blow off the deep end that still see color, right? But if you take those out of the equation, these are just two excellent fighters going at it, and they should do it again because actually it is controversial. It's not a one-way street. It wasn't Golovkin shouldn't have won that fight. I don't really think. But whatever. It could be close going to one guy. He was the champion, right? He didn't get beat up bad. He looked worse after the Kell Brook fight than he did after this one. So, but you did see his body language after that fight. Just pause it right after the ding goes. Ding! I mean, after the last round. And what one of them gets down and start praying, the other one is walking to the corner like he didn't win. Right? So that's kind of telling you too what's going on, right? And what he was feeling at the time. But we're not trying to hate on him. Whatever. Just have a rematch. And let's not be talking about Canelo and all them because you still have JACOBS problems, Golovkin. And Canelo, you still have Lara problems. Handle those. And then get to this fight. Y'all just lucky people want to see that Canelo GGG fight. Y'all better make that happen while he still can too. So I don't know, man. But to sum it up, that fight between these two guys, JACOBS and Golovkin, was a barn burner. I thought it was great. I just did have JACOBS winning that fight by 3 rounds. It is what it is. Y'all check it out yourself. Doma Sports Talk, worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.